Forwarded this email? Subscribe here for more Tony Fauci on display, defending his life using the Fifth Amendment. Michael D. Shaw, Aug. 7. Very recently, Tony Fauci appeared before the Senate Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee and took the fifth more than 100 times. Odd behavior, you might think, from someone who already has been granted immunity. But this time, Tony Baby is worried about getting into a perjury trap, and that's why he brought 6 lawyers with him. My opinion on this mountebank has been clear, at least since before the COVID pandemic began. Heck, Fauci proved himself to be an incompetent, self-serving bureaucrat way back in the days of AIDS. And he should have been fired back then. In this piece from January 2022, I compared him to Joseph Mengele. Guess whom I concluded was worse? Committee Chairman Rand Paul, RKY, put Fauci's diary into the public record. While you are immediately struck by Fauci's narcissism, you might also wonder how this supposedly tireless, dedicated public servant could have found the time to document his life in such excruciating detail. Should we speculate on how his work compares to other famous diaries? Anne Frank started writing hers when she was 13, under circumstances in which she was bored and terrified almost simultaneously. In better times, perhaps, she would have composed a more typical 13-year-old girl diary. What does all this say about a guy who is 80+ years old and should have been spending his time more productively? Udi Sherman of the Gold Report slogged through the diary and came up with 8 of the biggest revelations. 1. He worried a vaccine would arrive in time to help Trump win. 2. He was obsessed with his celebrity status. 3. He gave Congress a different fatality rate from what he believed himself. 4. A former FDA commissioner, Dr. Marty Makary, says this wasn't Fauci's first publicity play. Makary was referring to Fauci grandstanding in 2014 regarding a certain Ebola patient. 5. He gave Katie Miller, a pregnant Trump official, stricter isolation advice than he gave himself. Both Fauci and Miller were present at the triggering incident. 6. He had a serious blood clot in his lungs and kept it quiet. This was very likely a reaction to the COVID vaccine. The vax nearly killed him, but he still towed the line. Talk about your true believer. 7. He knew the lab leak theory had scientific backing, yet said the opposite in public. 8. He pushed the CDC to cover up the shot's inefficacy so mandates could continue. David Zweig's book, An Abundance of Caution, American Schools, the Virus, and a Story of Bad Decisions, details the colossal institutional failures in the way official public health handled COVID, well beyond Fauci. Indeed, I have called this, on numerous occasions, the greatest public health catastrophe of all time. After all, unlike during the era of the Black Plague, this time we did know better. Nonetheless, Fauci was the media poster child for all things COVID, and owing to his gigantic ego and limited knowledge, made nothing but wrong decisions. Unfortunately, the media and most of the political establishment went along with him. Sad to say, this was an intelligence test, and nearly everyone failed. Lest we forget, the infamous vaccine cards were but a prelude to a full-blown social credit system, and but for the heroic action of the Canadian truckers and their allies, the totalitarians nearly got their way. It was depressing beyond measure to observe how quickly most of the public fell into line with the draconian restrictions. Alas, even the Catholic Church suspended Mass for the first time ever, and yes, that even includes during the Black Plague. How sad that Tony Fauci, who chose being a bureaucrat over a physician, also chose self-aggrandizement over doing the right thing. But it's even more sad that most of the establishment still defends him. Thanks for reading Mike's Point of View. Subscribe for free to receive new posts and support my work. Subscribe, like, comment, Restack, C. 2026. Michael D. Shaw, 548, Market Street, PMB 72296, San Francisco, CA. 94104. Unsubscribe. Get the app, start writing.